Hello, my name is Sekit, and we are playing Enigmatica 6. And today, folks, today, we're going to make some cheese. It's not the only thing we're going to do today, but we are going to make some cheese. I have here some vinegar, which you can make out of all kinds of things. Um, just a glass bottle and like any grain. I tried to use apple, but even with polymorph, the refined storage thought I was making jam. Now we're just going to throw some in here somewhere. And with this and milk, we'll be able to make wheels of cheese. All we gotta do, we can't use it on its own, but we can just put it down. That really wasn't what I was trying to do. I was trying to show you, like, trying to eat it. You can't really do anything, even though it does say you get protein from it. But you just put it down and right-click, and you get the cheese pieces, and then you can use that to craft whatever you want. Now, what I actually want to get into today is bees. We're out here collecting up nests, because we're going to need them. And when we have the nests, we're going to get a little setup going. I came out here to find some bee nests, and look what I found. A zombie village. We're going to go ahead and catch one of these, since it's relatively late at night. Not going to burn up on us. I've only seen one. Cool. Don't see these very often. So we're not to the point where we can build the apiary multi-blocks, or whatever they are, whatever they're called, so that we can do this automatically. So we're going to want to, oh, there's an eclipse. Oh, you know what? There's an eclipse. I should take the time to grab my telescope, because tonight we'll be able to learn a special constellation, Horologium. We learned, I went and gathered up a bunch more constellation papers, even though we'd already learned 5, and the guidebook said don't pick up any more. You need them. So we've got all of these dim ones. There are also faint constellations, which right now won't appear on paper that we pick up. I think there's 4 of those. But we got some spare paper. So when we get to a point that we're able to recognize faint constellations, we'll have them. You know, while we're waiting for nightfall, we might as well make this. We've got the Beepedia, but I guess we also want this 50 Shades of Bees. So we got getting started, advanced tips, beekeeping tools, extras, Easter egg bees, Yeti bees. We found a Yeti bee. Interesting. Got the getting started. Breeding bees. Some bees require multiple breed items, won't always be a flower. See what they need in the Beepedia, or with JI. Interesting. Like, the one I was curious about was the cobalt bee, and it doesn't give you much. I think we're supposed to do it in the smeltery. But a skilled tinker can use their smeltery for more than mere tool parts. So maybe we pour cobalt on a bee? I don't know. Oh, interesting. We melt down aluminum bees, apparently, and lapis honey, and that'll give us molten cobalt bees. And then we use that, over a bee jar, I guess, to get the filled bee jar with a cobalt bee. Okay. Interesting. I think this might actually be it here, if it will let me draw. Not quite have been dark enough when I... Come on, let me draw. I don't know why it's not letting me draw here. There we go. Where is that? There it is. It works just like the other constellations, these dim ones, except now you can recognize them and draw them. Oh, here's another one. Which one could this be? Oh, I know which this one is. This is one we need. It's like so, like so, like so, like so. Nice. What I think we want to do here, we're going to put these down like so. And we're going to get under them. So what we're going to want is an observer, not like that. And get under it like that. So that it will, when the bee nest updates, it will send redstone signal to this block, which we should be able to pull out with the repeater. Oh, I need some redstone. So that it's like this, and then we should be able to use the old slab elevator trick here to send a signal to a dispenser. That's exactly the opposite. Can we move these with a wrench? Can we flip these around? Sure looks like we can. Is that facing the right direction? It's really not. Okay, yeah, that's what we want, I believe. And yeah, I'm hearing it clicking. So as I'm moving the bee nest, so it looks like we're in the right spot. We're just gonna check and make sure. We're gonna put some shears back here, and I want to cover this up because, well, because bees like to do really inconvenient things whenever possible. They totally get under these things. There we go. End up like down in there, not doing anything. Now we do have to have the bee nest. Yeah, you hear that? That's just what we want. With the holes facing out. Okay. Yeah, I think that'll be a pretty good little setup. I'm going to do that with 5 more of these nests. I don't want them to escape, so I'm going to build a simple little enclosure here with some jasper and some of that cherry wood. Next thing we want to think about is automatically collecting the honeycombs that we shear out, or if we happen to use bottles, what we're going to do with that. So what we're going to do is something from Ars Nouveau. We're going to make ourselves a carbuncle. Now we found some in chests, but like it says, you can, just like we grew a tree by a sylph, you can throw a gold nugget on the ground near a carbuncle and it'll drop its shards. It's not very expensive once you have all this set up. It's just 5 gold nuggets and 3 source gems on the pedestal. And you throw your shards in. And in a second, it'll be good to go. I really just got a little box for him right now. There's going to be like a whole thing out here with like the multi-block apiaries and so on. Let's see, according to the book, carbuncles naturally appear. What we want to do is throw the charm on the ground, and it'll pick up nearby inventories. I think we use the Wand of Dominion to use the... Okay, so we're going to hope that it'll work on this ender chest. I can't think of any reason why it wouldn't. Let me just, yeah, okay. So we'll take our Wand of Dominion, click the carbuncle, click the chest. Hopefully that'll work out. Now we don't need to just use the basic tiers. We're going to make a bunch of these upgrades. And we can upgrade them to tier 1. That'll upgrade the nest to a tier 1. Let's involved in the tier 2. Okay, so we'll need some beeswax. And we have some honeycombs, but not really that many. So we'll stick with the tier, with this tier for now. Oh, that's a quest. Rewards. Okay, now we have some honeycombs. So you see how it's these will hold 2 bees. We add this, they'll hold 4. And I think they hold more honeycomb too. So let's, oh, I'm gonna want to get some more shears. Okay, the bees are all loose except for the boo bee, which I'm worried might set things on fire. Like maybe some of the other bees. We'll have to make a little sealed in area to test things like that. I don't know if these have like dangerous side effects or like, or what, but we got our carbuncle on the under chest. We got bees, we got 3 in here, we got 3 in here, 4. Oh, we got room for more. But hopefully they will pollinate from the flowers. But I don't know that for a fact, so we're gonna, okay, Soupy Bee, Hellish Zombie. Does that actually teach us anything new? Okay, yes it does. This is something we want to do. Nothing to be learned from vanilla bees. It just brings up the last bee you looked at. Okay, I think we almost got it here. I took the trapdoors out at first because they're gonna go off every time the redstone lights up, and hopefully it lights up. I know I messed it up in a few spots, and I think I fixed it. We'll see. But the slabs broke the connection entirely. So, oh, nope, this one didn't fire. It has fired. And keep messing around with it here. Okay, we're all set up. In a minute or so here, we should see, okay, that one's got honey level 4. So what we should see, when it gets some more honey, is honeycombs flying out of it, the carbuncle picking them up, put them in the, I guess the carbuncle didn't seem to like the ender chest. Yeah, there they go. Carbuncle will pick them up, throw them in there, and we'll have access to them downstairs in the basement. So to process this honeycomb stuff, we're gonna have to start with a manual centrifuge. Okay, we'll need a lever. That's fine. One manual centrifuge. Rewards? Why, yes. Beeswax. That's all we needed. Okay. Oh, we got a bunch of observers too. Nice. Now we can upgrade to the fancy RF centrifuge. And that's what we want. So that was quite nice that we got the beeswax there. Okay, and there is a higher tier that's like a big multi-block. We saw that in the first season. We'll definitely get there. As for this thing, let's see. Okay, so bottles, and we feed in And I guess we pump out. So we get to a cable there? Yes, we will. Let's just hook this up to our refined storage system with an importer. Just take a second. Okay, so we'll have this nice big chest here as a buffer. I have a feeling we're going to need it, but this will just feed all of these honeycombs into the centrifuge, and we'll get various resources back. Here, I guess we get kelp and sea pickles. Well, that's cool. And a reward we got for doing that. Okay, we got some gravel bees and some rocky bees. We don't have any of those. We also got some of these honeycomb blocks, which we'd want to make apiaries. So we've accumulated enough beeswax to make a bunch of tier 2 hive upgrades. We'll see if we have enough to make 6. I hope so. Oh, we need to program the tier 1 upgrades first, of course. Okay. There we go. Throw that in there. And we're good. And hopefully that'll be a nice quest reward. More honeycomb blocks. I'll take it. Now, what's it take for the next? Okay, so we need beeswax blocks. So we got a little bit of honey. We got this illuminating honey bottle. And we, okay, we can make buckets with it. Well, we can make a potion. That's cool. Otherworldly honey bottle. This is okay. Now that we got them going out here, we want to think about breeding them with each other. I was able to get the carbuncle to work with the chest, by the way. According to this, we got sooty and water will give us lapis. And sooty and RGB will give us redstone. So there's a sooty bee. Do you see this? Do you care? Are they attracted by flowers? Boy, it sure doesn't look like it, does it? Interesting. We might have to, like, catch them. But we can do that. Okay, so it looks like if you look up the redstone bee in JI, you can see you actually need to feed the sooty bee a block of coal. So we're going to give that a try. We've got our RGB. We got our sooty bee. We're going to feed her a flower. Sure enough, redstone bee. Awesome. That probably explains why, didn't I have another coal bee I brought out? Yes, I didn't see it. That probably explains why the coal bee didn't care about the flower. They don't seem to care about this stuff either. Let's see, that water bee, it took 4 seagrass, and it doesn't take it all at once. That's the sooty bee. It's the water bee. Where's our little baby lapis bee? There we go. Alright. Throw these folks back inside. Okay, so we got our bees, we've got the honeycombs being harvested, collected, distributed, and processed hands-free. We figured out how to breed them. I think we're in pretty good shape with the basics with Resourceful Bees. So we're going to wrap things up here. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.